A confident girl walked determinedly toward one of the classrooms. A few people glanced at her and greeted her as usual, but Yin just forced a tight-lipped smile. Usually, she would respond with a cheerful smile, exchanging greetings with friends from different classes. But today, her heart wasn't in a good place. When she reached her destination, she scanned the room, her eyes settling on a young man who was laughing with some friends, accompanied by a girl. JK, that's your girl over there. JK, upon hearing this, automatically turned to look at the classroom door. He smiled, but Yin didn't respond. She, in fact, shifted her gaze to another girl sitting near JK. What's wrong? Yin, who had just noticed JK's presence, felt a bit taken aback. Without replying, she distanced herself slightly from her boyfriend's class, avoiding seeing something she didn't want to see. After school, let's go to the cafe for a while. There's something I want to talk about. Oh, I need to drop off Irene at her place first. Her mom is out of town, so she asked me to take her home. Why don't we discuss it here? Hearing this explanation, Yin looked toward the classroom door just as the girl JK mentioned exited with one of JK's friends. While she was watching the two of them, she made up her mind. Alright, go ahead and take Irene home. I'll wait for you at our usual cafe. Yin didn't seem interested in sticking around. After saying that, she left. However, JK held her hand. What's wrong with you? JK was displeased. He looked at her in surprise and a little bit of frustration. What's wrong with me? Yin rolled her eyes and gave a dismissive shrug. She smirkingly looked at JK, her eyes challenging him. You've been avoiding me for 2 weeks. You're hard to reach, barely responding to messages, and it's difficult to meet up with you. Why? Yin took a deep breath, trying to control her emotions. She needed to stay calm. She was still at school. She gazed into her boyfriend's eyes for a while, staying silent. Then, she gently pulled her hand away from JK's grasp and spoke. You'll find out why when you come to the cafe later. Afterward, Yin swiftly walked away from her boyfriend, ignoring his calls. She returned to her classroom. It's quite late now, Yin. You might get scolded by your mom. Jenny glanced at her watch with concern, looking at Yin's emotionless face. It was hard for her to read Yin's thoughts. Alright then, can you drop me off at home, Jenny? Jenny nodded, and after waiting for JK for 2 hours, they left the cafe. Yin had asked her friend to accompany her because there was no guarantee that JK would actually show up. When they arrived home, Jenny bid goodbye and Yin hurriedly entered her house. It was already past 5, and she had promised her mom that she would be home before 5. But before she could open the front gate of her house, a motorbike stopped right in front of her gate. Yin, sorry, I'm really sorry. I thought you were still at the cafe. When I didn't see you there, I came straight to your house. JK spoke as he dismounted his big motorbike. He looked at his girlfriend, hoping for her sympathy. How's Irene? Yin asked without any expression, making JK slightly puzzled as he tried to read her gaze. I just dropped Irene off, and we had eaten. She was all alone. JK pushed his wet hair back, possibly from sweating due to his haste. Yin sighed softly. She glanced at her house for a moment, and then looked at JK. Wait a moment, she said and entered her house briefly. Then she came out and walked towards JK. They eventually headed to the park in their housing complex. Yin sat silently on the swing while JK watched her closely beside her. There's something I want to say. JK suddenly sat up straight on his swing. He gazed directly at his girlfriend. The sky was getting darker, and the wind blew gently, as if telling Yin to speak her mind. Let's break up. What? Why? JK stood up in surprise. They had been in a relationship for a year, and JK was convinced that Yin loved him as much as he loved her. JK approached Yin and gently pulled her arm to face him, making her stand up. Why are you acting so childish? Just because of Irene? Because I was a bit late coming to the cafe after dropping Irene off. Do you want to break up? It's not about her, it's about you. You are the problem. I'm not concerned about her. I'm concerned about you. JK shivered from the coldness of Yin's words. It was as if he no longer recognized Yin. This wasn't the Yin he had known all this time. I know this is because of Irene. She's my friend. We've been friends since we were kids. JK looked frustrated. Even now, Yin didn't want to make eye contact. Well then, maybe you should just date her, not me, or... Yin pushed JK's hand away and took a step back, looking at him sharply. I bet you, after we break up, try dating another girl. I'm sure no girl will be comfortable being your girlfriend for long if you keep getting close to Irene the way you do now. Then Yin leaned in, whispered into JK's ear. You should be grateful. I still wanted to be with you for a year. Yin backed away again, smirking as she raised an eyebrow. JK, on the other hand, looked sharply at Yin. Until now, Yin had always managed to make his heart race with surprises and attention. However, this time, his heart raced not out of happiness, but more like a threat. Enough, I'm fed up with you. If you continue like this, let's break up. I'm not the kind of girl who just accepts things without thinking. Yin no longer wanted to look at JK's surprised face. What's wrong with you, Yin? What did I do wrong? It's clear that I'm just friends with Irene. There's nothing more to it. I don't want to break up. Yin actually wanted to give JK a choice. If he still wanted to be with her, he needed to distance himself from Irene. But according to her, it was futile. Yin wanted JK to be the one to take the initiative to distance himself from Irene, not because she told him to. After observing JK's behavior, it seemed that until this moment, JK had not shown any initiative to say. JK didn't say it. All right, I will distance myself from Irene, which Yin had been waiting to hear. Finally, I still want to break up, JK. I'm tired of constantly seeing you with her. I'm fed up with being your second choice. Yin pushed JK's hand away and ran off. JK initially tried to chase her, but he eventually stopped because Yin had taken off the couple's ring that JK had once bought for her. JK picked up the ring and held it, his heart aching terribly. Just cry it out, Yin. Let it all out. I'll be here to support you. Jenny hugged Yin as soon as they arrived at her friend's house. Since returning from meeting JK, Yin's mother had been worried because her daughter refused to leave her room and eat. The only solution was Jenny. Hopefully, having a friend by her side would help ease Yin's heart. I broke up, Jenny. It hurts so much. Yin wiped her tears. She was starting to feel a bit calmer. Jenny, understanding, gently patted Yin's hand. But you said it was for the best. Yes, I'm beginning to feel relieved. So, are you ready to tell me the reason you broke up with JK? Yin started crying again, but nodded while lying down, with Jenny beside her. I'm disappointed with JK. He always prioritizes Irene over me. Even though they've been friends since childhood, I can't stand seeing it, Jenny. If he's so close to Irene, why doesn't JK just date her instead of pursuing me? Even until now, JK hasn't made any effort to distance himself from Irene, even though I've asked to break up. It means that Irene is really important to him, more important than me. Why don't you just tell JK, choose me or Irene? It's useless. It means he would be distancing himself from Irene, not willingly, but out of necessity. And if it's forced, it means he doesn't really want to do it. If it's like that, if one day Irene gets close to him again, JK won't be able to refuse her. It will hurt even more in the end. And there's another secret that JK doesn't know until now. I haven't told him on purpose. What is it, Yin? Irene once told me directly that I should stay away from JK. She admitted that she actually likes JK, and she challenged me, saying that JK will always prioritize her over me. Irene, did she say that to you? Yes, she said that, and it's true. I lost to her. JK until now really does prioritize Irene over me. She even slapped me once. What? She slapped you? Irene slapped you? And you just stayed quiet? I was shocked at that moment. I still wanted to hold on to JK. For some reason, I couldn't slap her back, Jenny. But now, I regret it. I should have slapped her right back at that moment. Well, if that's the case, then you need to move on quickly. Forget about him. You deserve someone better than him. Jenny, am I being selfish? Should I have been able to accept their closeness? Am I too jealous? What would you do if you were in my position? What would you do? I'd be jealous too, Yin. I wouldn't accept it if my boyfriend prioritized his friend over me. But what if we were in Irene's position? We have a boy best friend since childhood, and we like our boy best friend. Then, suddenly, a girl enters JK's life. We'd probably be jealous too, wouldn't we? Yeah, if we were in Irene's shoes, we'd probably be jealous too, but it's Irene's mistake for not expressing her feelings to JK. Or maybe JK already knew. Whatever. I don't want to think about it anymore. It's just giving me a headache. The bottom line is, I can't accept JK's behavior all this time. 1 year together with JK made Yin get to know him better. Irene was always there between them. Yin was willing to accept it, but eventually chose to step back. She trusted her intuition more than JK's words, fearing he might change in the future and hurt her even more. 3 years have passed. Yin smiled as she stepped onto Korean soil at Incheon International Airport, Seoul. She was finally back in Korea after completing her education in America. She had earned her bachelor's degree in just 3 years, and it wasn't easy. During her time in the United States, Yin had been a dedicated student, a real bookworm. She didn't have much time for leisure or playing around like her American friends. At the airport, her parents were waiting for her arrival. "Wow, our daughter is getting even more beautiful." Who wouldn't be, with such great parents? She's not only beautiful, but also intelligent, our precious daughter. Precious and the only one. "Oh, Mom and Dad, you're always so good at praising me like that." Yin has been in Korea for 2 years now. She has been working as a permanent employee in one of the international companies in South Korea with a very high salary. At the moment, her company is sending her to attend a special skill development training at a hotel. All the participants will stay at the hotel for 3 days and 2 nights, and each participant is given 1 room. All 100 participants include Yin, and once again, she finds herself sharing this event with her 2 acquaintances. It's none other than her ex-boyfriend, JK, and the one person she dislikes the most, Irene. They seem to still be in a relationship, or perhaps they're now officially dating. Yin doesn't want to dwell on it and decides not to bother herself with their affairs. Yin is certain that JK and Irene aren't from the same company, since the program only allows 1 representative from each company. She can feel JK and Irene's constant gazes on her, and she continues to pretend she doesn't notice them. Yet, for some reason, a mischievous idea forms in Yin's mind. Suddenly, Yin shifts her gaze directly at JK and Irene, alternating her focus between them. They both lock eyes with her from a slightly distant position. Yin openly smirks, arching one eyebrow and deliberately shaking her head, all while flipping her hair with her right hand. JK and Irene are taken aback by Yin's unexpected behavior. Yin intentionally laughs mockingly in their direction, and after stopping her laughter, she maintains her smirking gaze at both of them. Irene appears visibly angered, while JK's emotions seem to be in turmoil. He has a sense that Yin is mocking them. Irene avoids making eye contact with Yin and looks elsewhere. Meanwhile, JK continues to gaze at Yin, not wanting to back down, but Yin maintains her challenging gaze. In the end, it's JK who finally averts his gaze to another direction. Yin can't help but laugh mockingly, feeling like she won, while JK exhales slowly and quietly, still keeping an eye on Yin as she continues to mock him. On the evening after the event ended, Yin left her hotel room. She needed to go to the nearest convenience store or pharmacy because she had run out of sanitary pads and pain relievers. She was on her period. Suddenly, Yin stopped in her tracks. "Why are you following me?" Yin said coldly, without turning around. "Sorry." JK stopped in his tracks as well when he saw that Yin had stopped, even though she didn't look back. They had been participating in this program for 2 days, and tomorrow was the last day. Despite that, Yin and JK had never exchanged a word, as if they were complete strangers. Yin remained silent. The man's voice grew deeper, impressive, and charismatic, befitting his age of 22 years. Without looking back, Yin continued to walk. However, she stopped again because of JK's question. "Where are you going alone?" JK really wanted to strike up a conversation and discuss many things with Yin. Since their meeting yesterday, to be honest, not a single second had passed without JK thinking about Yin. His curiosity grew as, during the program they were attending, he could only observe her from a distance. The sensation still lingered in JK's chest. Yin turned around and frowned, not pleased. She looked at JK's face and was slightly surprised to see that he had grown taller. Even though they were currently 2 meters apart, JK was flustered and embarrassed. I need to buy pain relievers. Irene is having her period, and she's in pain." "Did I ask you? Besides, I have no interest in the girl you mentioned earlier. What you said is irrelevant and unimportant to me." With a sly smirk, Yin continued walking, leaving JK to follow her. They headed to the pharmacy where Yin listed the items she needed and paid for them. Another store clerk approached JK, and he mentioned the pain relievers needed for Irene. Yin felt a bit irritated. JK's detailed knowledge about Irene was quite evident. Even now, the only person in JK's mind seemed to be Irene. She was glad she made the decision to break up with JK, or she would have been even more heartbroken. "Where are you heading next?" JK continued to follow Yin. He didn't understand why he had the audacity to trail her wherever she went. Yin didn't answer. She entered a convenience store, selected some chocolates and snacks, and proceeded to pay for them. Afterward, Yin walked away, leaving JK in silence. Now JK realized that Yin genuinely despised him. JK learned everything from Jenny. Yin's best friend was forced to spill the beans when JK couldn't find Yin after her last national exam. He had visited Yin's home with plans to rekindle their relationship. It seemed like JK couldn't let go of her that easily. However, he arrived at Yin's house only to discover it was empty. Yin's parents had coincidentally been relocated to Itaewon for 2 years, and from Itaewon, Yin traveled to the United States. JK asked all of Yin's classmates, but none of them had any information. Until the moment JK pressured Jenny, she eventually revealed everything to him. Jenny refrained from mentioning Irene's incident, where she had slapped Yin, fearing that if she spoke about it, she would have trouble with Irene as well. But suddenly, JK ran towards Yin, shouting almost without thinking, "Yin, I miss you." JK yelled loudly, causing Yin to tense up. "No, don't." Yin, who had been momentarily silent, continued walking. She seemed as though she didn't hear. "Yin." JK shouted again. He fell silent after that, because the girl he called continued pretending to be deaf. "Damn." JK muttered. He took a few steps, wanting to run toward Yin, who was about to move farther away. However, after taking 3 steps, JK was startled as a woman also ran towards Yin. Irene heartlessly grabbed Yin's shoulder and slapped her 3 times, because when she attempted the forced slap, her hand was stopped by JK. This time, Yin didn't remain passive. She immediately punched Irene in the face with force. JK, who witnessed this, was taken aback. Irene ended up sitting on the ground, while Yin glared at her and then blew on her clenched fist. "Want more, huh? Do you think I'd just stand here like I did back then? If you dare to slap me again, I'll punch you back." Irene immediately got up, ready to lunge at Yin if it weren't for JK restraining her. "I'm satisfied with breaking you 2 up. Damn it, JK is still thinking about you even now. What's so great about you, huh?" Yin couldn't be bothered to respond. She simply rolled her eyes, completely fed up with the girl in front of her. "I don't want to deal with you. You're entirely unimportant to me." JK was shocked to the core. He gazed at Irene, who had calmed down, and was equally taken aback by Yin's reaction. "What do you mean, Irene?" "JK, the one who's been by your side all this time is me, not her. She's just someone who briefly disrupted our perfectly fine relationship. But we're just friends." Irene shook her head. She gripped JK's arm, trembling. "Isn't it clear enough? I love you. And you feel the same way. You just haven't realized it because you've never lost me. What's wrong with you, Irene?" JK was bewildered. He glanced at Yin, who had a blank expression. The edges of Yin's lips were red. The 3 slaps had left them with small abrasions. However, Irene's cheek was also marked with scratches from Yin's punches. "You can't leave me, JK. You can't go back to her. I can't live without you." Yin watched in silence. Her heart was shattered, even more than it had been for years ago. The pain was now more excruciating than the physical slaps. "I tried my best to make you break up. You should be grateful she left Seoul. You should have already forgotten her." Shit. JK's shout silenced Irene. It was the first time he had yelled with such profanity. "So, you were the one who convinced Yin to break up with me, huh?" JK felt a throbbing headache. He slammed the plastic bag filled with medicine on the ground, overcome with frustration. He forcefully brushed Irene's hand away. "You, damn it, Irene." JK cursed again. Yin, who was still there, felt increasingly unimportant in the midst of the 2 friends and their issues. She walked away, her belly aching and her head throbbing from what had just unfolded. She needed to take her medicine and rest. "Yin." JK yelled as he tried to chase after Yin, but he was immediately restrained by Irene. "JK, you can't leave me. I have no idea what you've done to Yin. I didn't realize that you were behind all of this. You know I can't forget Yin, Irene. You know that better than anyone." "No, JK." Irene began crying uncontrollably. "I can't lose Yin again. From now on, whatever you do to Yin, you'll have to deal with me." JK left Irene behind. He pursued Yin to clarify what he still didn't understand all this time. JK found her just as she was reaching the door to her hotel room. He wanted to enter her room as well, and Yin finally allowed him to. "I'm sorry." JK gently held both of Yin's hands. "Before you say anything, can you get me a glass of water?" Yin sighed, and JK, who was taken aback, quickly fetched her a glass of water from the table. "Thanks." With a pale face, Yin answered JK's question. She took the same pain relief medicine Irene had taken earlier, which meant that she was also having her period. "So, what do you want to say?" Yin opened a chocolate bar and began eating it. Her mood was quite sour at the moment. "I'm sorry. It turns out Irene made you break up with me. Tell me, Yin, what did Irene do to you?" Well, she slapped me, threatened me, cried, took up all your time, to the point where you didn't have any time left for me. And last time, she just thanked me for breaking up with you. Yin calmly told her story. JK winced. He wasn't perceptive. He didn't realize how devious Irene had been all along. Why didn't you tell me all this before? Because I thought, well, she was wrong. But in my eyes, you were more wrong. You should know your priorities. If you had firmly prioritized me over her, anything she did wouldn't have a negative impact on our relationship. But it was you who weren't firm. Damn it. JK ruffled his hair, frustrated, even though Yin seemed calm and continued to eat chocolate. I'm sorry. JK cupped Yin's cheek, caressing it, and winced as the memory of the slap resurfaced. Can I ask you something? Yin remained silent. She gently brushed away JK's hand from her cheek, but the man was persistent. He held onto Yin's hand tightly. Please, give me one more chance. I'll be a good listener, Yin. I'll be your shield. Nothing will disturb you anymore. I'll trust you completely. Will you? Yin looked into JK's eyes, seeing his sincerity. I miss you so much. It hurts like crazy. I don't need words, JK. Yin replied calmly, while JK's heart raced. I'll prove it to you, Yin. It's not that easy. What are you willing to do for me? I'll keep my distance from Irene, and I'll protect you if she tries to hurt you again. That's not enough. During the year we were dating, you had no idea how much it hurt me to see you prioritize her. If back when I asked for a breakup, you had said you'd stay away from her, I would have taken you back. But it turns out you didn't want to stay away from her, and you chose to break up with me. So, what do you want, Yin? I want you to keep your distance from her, but I have one more request. If you're willing to do that, we can get back together, start dating again. But if you don't want to, or can't do that, I'll never trust you, even if I die. And don't ever dream of us getting back together. For some reason, JK's heart began to race. It seems that his past mistakes aren't something Yin can easily forgive. What do you want me to do? Like I mentioned before, Irene once slapped me. I didn't retaliate at the time. So I want you to slap her in front of me. I'll be the judge of whether your slap is serious or just a light one because you're afraid of hurting her. If you're wondering what reason to use for slapping her, consider it as payback because she slapped me in the past. JK looked surprised by Yin's request. If you can't bring yourself to slap her, I'm sorry, but I don't want to get back with you. That means you're not ready to protect me. How can you protect me? Just imagine, let's say we're in a relationship, and she's a crazy girl who's daring. Suddenly, she comes and hugs you right in front of me. Can you push her away? Or if she suddenly kisses you, can you bring yourself to slap her? She's daring. She could do all that, and if she dares to do it later, and you just stand there because you can't bear to hurt her, I'll be really angry and feel like I wasted my time accepting you again. So from now on, I want to see if you can bring yourself to slap her. If you can't, don't even dream that I'll want to be with you. GK, I'm not forcing you, okay? If you don't want to, it's fine. It means we won't be in a relationship again. I don't want a boyfriend who's hesitant with other girls, especially when his own girlfriend's heart is already broken. So think it over. If you think you can't slap her, then don't come near me again. Irene cried, sobbing, alone in the hotel garden. Just 2 days ago, she had fun, thinking that this development training program would bring her closer to JK after their relationship had been strained for years. But unfortunately, why did they have to meet Ian again, the woman she considered a jinx? And this medicine, Irene picked up the plastic of the medication JK had thrown at her. It was utterly useless. She began to stomp on the medicine angrily, all her pretending to have stomach pain, pretending to be on her period. It was all just a way to regain JK's sympathy. My plan was almost going smoothly, but all thanks to that vile girl. You're a damn nuisance, Yin. Irene had suspected it all along. Since JK had gone alone to buy pain medication for her, what she feared most was the possibility that he might run into Yin on the way. She knew JK still had strong feelings for her. Just thinking about this possibility made her anxious. She, pretending to have stomach pain, finally decided to follow JK. She was restless and uneasy. They were staying in the same hotel as Yin, and what if JK wanted to reconcile with her? During their participation in this development training program, Irene was not oblivious to the fact that JK would occasionally steal glances in Yin's direction. Finally, Irene couldn't wait anymore. She left the hotel to assess the situation. As she began walking along the hotel garden, her suspicions were confirmed. Just at that moment, she could hear JK shouting from afar, "Yin, I miss you." Her mind was filled with emotions, and at that moment, she ran up and slapped Yin 3 times. Unfortunately, Yin retaliated with a punch. Irene's legs felt weak now. She had no intention of returning to her hotel room. Instead, she looked for a bench in the garden and sat there alone. Well, can you do it? Can you slap her? JK remained silent. He lowered his head. And finally, he chuckled softly. Why do you think I couldn't do it, Yin? Well, I never know. Maybe you couldn't do it. The fact is, you didn't take the initiative to stay away from her, even until now. We've only been talking for a few minutes, and you're already accusing me like that. Yin, my relationship with Irene was already strained when we broke up. But we're not enemies. It just happened that we met in this program. But didn't she say that she was always by your side all this time? I thought you two were never apart. She said that because our houses were distant neighbors, so she felt closer to me. But in reality, our relationship has been quite distant since then. Yin, after the final exams, I went to your house, but it was empty. I called you, but you didn't pick up. A few days later, your number was completely inactive. I tried asking your classmates, but no one knew where you were. Eventually, Jenny told me that you had gone abroad, and your parents had been transferred to Itaewon. I was actually curious. Didn't you ever know that she liked you? Or did you actually know? I didn't know. I did talk to Jenny about it, and she said you were jealous of her and didn't accept me prioritizing her. That's all I knew. Honestly, I didn't expect she was so determined, to the point of intentionally ruining our relationship. I admit I was wrong back then, prioritizing her, especially when our 1-year relationship coincided with her parents' divorce hearing. I felt sorry for her at the time. Her parents got divorced? Yes, that's why I felt sympathy for her back then, especially since we were preparing for our final exams. But that was in the past, when we were still in school. Now that we're adults, I no longer feel sorry for her, because we've grown up. Whether her parents get divorced or not, it's time for her to live independently. The fact that you managed to travel abroad far from your parents shows how incredible you are, Yin. You're just complimenting me to melt my heart. Don't always have negative thinking about me. As for slapping her, I was actually surprised when you asked me to do it. You seemed quite vengeful, but if it's what it takes to win your heart back, I'm willing to do it. And besides, wasn't it supposed to be like that? By the way, you were amazing earlier. What do you mean? When you punched her? Wow, it's no wonder. Living abroad all this time, you must have learned to defend yourself. And you just stood there when I was slapped. I was quite shocked myself at that moment. My initial reflex was to stop her from hitting you again. Protecting you was more important than retaliation. But I didn't expect you to punch her back right away. Everything that happened earlier was really new to me. I didn't expect her to act that crazy. But now that I know what she's like, I can be more cautious when dealing with her in the future. I'm not sure you'd be able to do it. After all, she's been your friend since childhood, right? Yin, when we were kids until high school, we were indeed friends. But do you think she's the only person in my world? I fell in love, and I dated you. I went to college and focused more on my studies. I pursued my career, and now I'll be busy pursuing a career and a life partner who will be my wife. My life isn't just about taking care of her, Yin. And why do you think I can't distance myself from her? Well, back then, I was indeed foolish, because, honestly, I felt sorry for her when her parents started their divorce proceedings, and the process took a long time, for months, almost a year. It happened to coincide with our relationship. But now our situations are different, even between me and her. There's actually no binding connection. Even people in relationships can break up. People who have been married for years and have children can also divorce. So, what's my relationship with her? Why do you assume we're so close that we can't be separated? Oh, seriously, Yin? Is she my girlfriend? Is she my wife? Nonsense. In reality, my relationship with her has already become distant. Okay. I don't know what the reality is. What I want now is just proof. Acts of service. If you can't prove it, it will be in vain for me. Okay, I understand that. By the way, since we're here, why don't we go out and find some food? I suddenly feel hungry. Can't you accompany me for dinner? Didn't you have dinner earlier? I did, but I didn't finish it. The menu didn't suit my taste. Alright. They both decided to leave the hotel to find some food around. Irene sat alone, knowing that Yin's return to Seoul was causing her significant stress. Over the past few years, she had been somewhat relieved by the distance separating Yin and JK, and her task was simply to figure out how to gain his sympathy. But the current situation was entirely different. Has she been taking the wrong steps all this time? Should she have confessed her love to JK from the beginning? Irene has always hidden her feelings because she couldn't bear the thought of rejection from JK. In front of her, JK always maintained his distance, close but seemingly out of reach, near but not touchable. Even when they were still in school, when their relationship was still very good, Irene repeatedly tried to touch JK's hand, and every time JK brushed it off, as if he didn't like being touched by her. In such a situation, how could she possibly express her feelings to JK? Irene was sure that if she did that, JK would reject her, and if that happened, it would be very awkward afterward. Irene wanted her relationship with JK to remain good, even if she had to keep her love hidden. Irene clenched her fists continuously, and she had been thinking about how to handle this situation, but she remained at a loss. She faintly heard JK's voice from a distance once again. She sought the source of that voice, and indeed, JK was with Yin once more. Her chest rumbled, filled with anger. She hated it. She hated seeing them together. With determined steps, she approached Yin, her hand ready to grab the girl. But what she never expected happened. This time, Irene was immobilized, not due to the pain in her cheek, but because of the pain in her heart. She was truly shocked. Was she dreaming? JK, he really slapped her? I've told you not to hurt Yin again. You were about to pull her hair? And it turns out you slapped her before, when she was still my girlfriend. Huh. Irene remained silent. She was utterly shocked. Her world felt like it was falling apart. Just for this damn girl, you dare to slap me, JK? Huh? What's so great about her? Once again, you insult her. I'll make you regret it. You both are damn. Irene began to wildly hit JK's body, and finally, JK pushed her until she sat on the ground. Irene, you are truly crazy. I can't believe you've been this crazy all this time. Shameful. Yin just watched in silence as she considered the girl before her to be truly insane. Yin has told me everything. I warn you for the last time. Don't disturb my life again. With that, JK immediately grabbed Yin's hand and continued with their plan to have dinner. Irene sat there, hugging her knees, crying alone. Was there no hope left to win JK's heart? Yin and JK have now arrived at their destination, a cafe near the hotel. I can't believe it. She's really crazy. Was she that rough with you back then, Yin? Yes, that's how she is. She always gets hysterical in front of me. But honestly, I never thought she would unmask herself in front of you now. Forget about her. Thinking about her ruins my mood. Finally, JK orders his food, while Yin only orders a drink. Are you sure you don't want more food? I ate a lot earlier. They chat and relax, enjoying their time together. Today is their last day in this program. Unlike the previous 2 days when JK sat next to Irene, now JK is sitting next to Yin. As for Irene, she hasn't been seen since this morning. Yin doesn't seem to care, and neither does JK. Perhaps she went home early before completing the program. Whatever. A few hours later, before parting ways, they agree to exchange phone numbers. Alright then. Take care of yourself. We'll meet again soon, right, Yin? Of course. If you didn't bring your car, I can drive you home. I have my own car. It's okay. We can still meet another time. Okay. See you again. Finally, they both head home. After spending some time on the journey, JK finally arrived home. Oh, you're home, dear? Yes, Mom. How was it? Did everything go well? Of course. And I have some good news to share with you, Mom. Really? What is it? Before you tell me, come and have some food. His mother served drinks and a variety of snacks. Did you go shopping for these snacks, Mom? It's unusual. Usually, you prioritize fruits. I didn't buy these. Irene brought them here earlier. JK looked surprised and immediately put down the snack he was about to eat. Mom. Yes. What's wrong? It's better to just get rid of all of this. Is there anything else she gave? JK immediately stood up, taking all the snacks his mother had arranged and headed to the kitchen. His mother looked puzzled by the sudden change in her son's attitude. What else did she give to you, Mom? His mother took out more snacks that Irene had brought earlier. JK took a plastic bag, gathered them all, and threw them in the trash. JK's face, which was previously filled with a smile, now turned flat and expressionless. His mother knew something had happened between her son and Irene. All right, dear, tell me, what really happened? Meanwhile, Yin looked refreshed, having just finished showering. At the moment, she was combing her hair while looking at herself in the mirror. As her hands were gently running through her soft hair, they suddenly stopped. She remembered someone, and that someone was none other than JK. Yin fell silent, observing her reflection in the mirror. A faint smirk appeared on her lips. She clenched both of her hands, and her eyes stared sharply ahead. Well, let's see later how you'll treat me, JK. Yin took a deep breath, resumed combing her hair, and hummed a soft tune. Suddenly, her phone rang. Glancing at the name on the screen, she quickly answered it. Yes. What's up, V? Yin. Where did you put my scarf? I can't find it anywhere. Well, it should be in your wardrobe. Check the bottom row. I arranged it together with all your socks. But there are only socks here. Really? Check the sweater section. Maybe I misplaced it there. Oh, yes, I found it. You found it? Yeah, it's here. Where are you going this late at night? Just heading to a cafe for a while. It's already late. Don't stay out too long. Yeah, I'll be back in a short while. You're vulnerable to the night air. V, you better not go out. Yin, just for a moment. The air in Seoul is different from Boston. You still need to adapt. So don't stay out too long at night, okay? It's better if you don't go out. Yin, just a moment please. V, why are you so stubborn? Be careful, if you get sick tomorrow. Oh, come on, Yin, just a moment. I crave a cup of coffee. You can make it yourself in your apartment. Didn't you have plenty of coffee stock from yesterday? I want a different kind, like the one made by a barista. Do as you please. Hey, trust me, I'll only be out for a short while. If you can't be told, I'll report you to your mom. Yin, please. Alright, but don't stay outside for too long, and don't choose a seat on the cafe terrace. You have to sit inside, got it? Got it, princess. I'll turn off the phone now, alright? Okay. The call ended. Finally, Yin sighed heavily. He's so hard to handle, always making me worried. If he's sick, I'll be the one taking care of him, huh? Yin picked up the hair vitamin bottle on her dressing table and started stroking her hair while giving it the vitamins. The faces of JK and his mother both look tense. His mother appears repeatedly surprised, shaking her head. What? I really didn't expect her to do all that. Yes, Mom, she did all that. Turns out she's like a crazy girl. Can you believe she slapped Yin 3 times? Fortunately, Yin fought back and punched her. Yin did that? Yes, that's how she is. Mom, you know, and after that, she almost tried to pull Yin's hair again. I immediately slapped her. I was truly angry seeing her like that. And you know, she kept hitting me like crazy. My goodness, how could a girl behave so wildly? But the evidence shows she's like that. I truly didn't expect that she would be like this. I thought she was a good girl, but she could threaten Yin like that. Isn't she ashamed of behaving like that? That's why I say, Mom, she's a wild girl who has no shame, rude, lacks manners. It's terrifying to have a friend like her, let alone make her a wife. Seriously. So, she was just pretending all this time. But in the end, her true nature was revealed. So, Mom, I hope you support my decision. I'm currently striving to win Yin's heart again. Even though we are dating again now, I know her heart hasn't fully forgiven me yet. So, Mom, if she comes to this house, please, Mom, don't be friendly with her anymore. I don't want her to feel supported by you. I also don't want her to feel comfortable visiting this house. So, Mom, please don't show that we accept her coming. Can Mom support me? I will definitely support anything that makes you happy. And about her mother, I know we already know each other, being neighbors. Even though it's a bit far, I hope Mom can make a distance. Don't be friendly with her family anymore, or that crazy girl might take advantage of the situation. Yes, I understand your point. You can count on me. Thank you, Mom. Some days have passed, and it's already Saturday. Yin has finished dinner and is now listening to music, relaxing on her bed. Suddenly, her phone vibrates. She quickly answers it. Hello, JK. What's up? What are you up to now? Am I interrupting something? No, I'm just relaxing. Yin, do you have any plans for tomorrow? Will you be busy? Doesn't seem like it. I'm free tomorrow. What's going on, JK? Want to go out with me? Okay, sure. I'll pick you up at your place. No need. Let's meet at the destination to save time. I'll bring my own car. Is that so? Yes, just like that. Alright. Where are we planning to go? How about watching a movie, and we can have lunch together before that? Okay, sounds good. Well then, I'll turn it off now. See you tomorrow noon. Okay, see you. The call finally ends, and Yin goes back to listening to her favorite songs. Next day. As planned, JK and Yin went on a date. They intended to watch a movie, but before that, here they were, having lunch together. They seemed happy, enjoying their lunch while chatting lightly. A few minutes had passed, and their food and drinks were finished. They were planning to go to the cinema soon, but suddenly Yin's phone vibrated. Yes, what's up, V? Yin, I'm not feeling well. You're sick? Have you eaten? Not yet. I haven't even had breakfast. Alright, I'll come over right now. Yin promptly ended the call. Meanwhile, JK looked puzzled. He didn't know who called Yin, but he could be sure it was a guy. Sorry, JK, we have to cancel the movie. I need to take care of someone who's not feeling well. Who is it? His name is V. Yin was ready to get up, but suddenly, is he your boyfriend? Huh, of course not. We're really close, but he's not my boyfriend. If he were, then what about you? So, is he that important? He just arrived from Boston a few days ago and hasn't been home to Seoul for a long time. He's alone here, and his family is all in Boston. There's no one to take care of him. While I was studying there, his family took care of me. Don't worry, our relationship is not what you're thinking. Besides, aren't you my boyfriend now? So, don't be concerned. Well then, let me come along. You want to come? Sure. Just come along then. Somehow, JK felt displeased with this situation. They were supposed to go to the movies, and now Yin had to take care of a sick man. She even immediately canceled their movie plans. Honestly, JK's heart felt a twinge. It might be better if he joined them instead of letting Yin be alone with that man. Reluctantly, JK got up from his seat. Alright, let's go now. Just follow my car from behind. JK nodded. His face looked cold. However, he wasn't happy with this situation. Meanwhile, he saw Yin walking hastily beside him. Whether he liked it or not, JK had to match Yin's walking speed to keep up with her. After a few minutes of travel, Yin and JK finally arrived at the parking lot of an apartment building. JK and Yin promptly exit their respective cars. JK follows Yin's hurried steps as they enter the lobby and head into the elevator. Yin immediately presses the button for the 15th floor. It seems like you're really worried about him, huh? Do I look like it? Anyone who sees you can probably guess. Well, maybe because he's a pampered favorite of his parents, so he's not good at taking care of himself. I'm worried about him. He's sick, but he hasn't eaten, not even breakfast. Shortly after, the elevator door opens. They step out and walk toward a door. Without knocking, Yin directly enters the door code by pressing a few numbers. JK appears increasingly irritated. Just how close is Yin's relationship with the guy named V? Finally, the apartment door opens, and they enter without needing permission from the owner. Yin closes the door behind her. Next, with confident steps, Yin heads straight to the main bedroom inside the apartment. JK follows. Yin slowly opens the bedroom door, only to find out that V is not asleep. He's playing with his phone while lying down. Upon seeing this, Yin widens the bedroom door and steps inside. JK also enters, observing the guy lying before them. I thought you were sleeping. How are you feeling? Yin instinctively bends down and immediately places her hand on V's forehead to check his body temperature. JK observes this closely. I couldn't sleep. My mouth tastes bitter, but I'm hungry. Next, V's gaze shifts directly to JK. They exchange glances. This is JK, my boyfriend. We were on a date earlier, which is why he came along. Wow, why didn't you ever mention that you actually have a boyfriend? Has it been long? Not long, we just started, but we used to date back in school. For some reason, hearing Yin's explanation boosts his self-confidence. JK doesn't feel diminished among them. Somehow, he now senses having a role here. Oh, how come I didn't know? You never told me. I never mentioned it because our relationship had ended when I went to Boston. Oh, sorry. So, did I disturb your time together? I feel bad now. No, it's okay. Well, I'll prepare some food for you. Sure. Finally, Yin and JK leave V's bedroom and head to the kitchen. JK, just sit on the couch. I'll make porridge first. Without saying anything to Yin, JK just sits down and observes Yin's movements. Yin promptly takes out ingredients from the kitchen cabinet and starts processing them. JK furrows his brow. He's quite sure Yin frequents this place. Yin seems very familiar and comfortable with the apartment, knowing where things are without asking. In JK's heart, there's a growing sense of discomfort. How close are they? Really? After a few minutes of cooking, the porridge is ready. Yin heads to V's room, with JK following. I've cooked porridge for you. Where do you want to eat? Outside. I'm tired of being in the room. V pushes away his blanket, wearing a long-sleeved shirt and long pants. Why aren't you wearing socks? I had them on inside the blanket, so I didn't wear them. Yin heads to V's wardrobe, opens it, and grabs one of V's socks from the bottom row. Choosing a thick textured one, she hands it to him. Once again, JK is unsettled, wondering just how close they are for Yin to be so familiar with the contents of this man's wardrobe. Yin approaches and hands the sock to V. Put on your socks. I'll prepare the porridge. Can you manage to walk by yourself? V nods and accepts the sock Yin fetched for him, putting it on immediately. Yin watches for a moment, then heads to the kitchen, followed by JK. Yin serves the porridge in a bowl and places it on the dining table. Meanwhile, JK roughly takes a seat on the sofa. His heart is racing, and his mood is sour. His emotions feel like they could flare up at any moment. Shortly after, V comes out of his room and sits at the dining table. Yin places the bowl of porridge in front of V and brings warm mineral water for him. Next, Yin walks over to the sofa where JK is seated and sits beside him. V pays no mind, focusing on eating alone. Do you want something to drink? JK just shakes his head. Then, Yin leans in and whispers softly in JK's ear. Don't sulk like that. We can watch another time. I promise I'll accompany you. Then, Yin distances themselves again, and JK starts to smile. Promise? Yes, promise. So, stop pouting all the time. Finally, JK smiles after being grumpy since their arrival. A few minutes later. Yin, I've finished eating. Okay. Did you take your medicine earlier? Yin asks V while walking closer. Not yet, because I haven't eaten anything earlier. Yin immediately opens the kitchen cabinet, takes a pill box, selects the contents, and hands the pills to V. V puts the pills into his mouth and drinks the mineral water in front of him. Meanwhile, Yin picks up the dirty bowl in front of V and starts washing it. Now, V is full and has taken his medicine. His body feels really weak. He stands up and enters his bedroom, leaving Yin and JK behind. Suddenly, the sound of the apartment intercom is heard. Yin, who has just finished washing the bowl, checks the screen and opens the door, revealing a laundry service staff delivering a stack of neatly folded clothes wrapped in transparent plastic. Yin takes it and brings it into V's room. JK follows inside. In the room, V is already lying down, covering himself with a blanket, eyes closed. Yin places the stack of V's clothes at the end of the bed, precisely beside V's feet, and immediately tears the plastic. V, hearing the sound of the plastic being torn, opens his eyes and glances at the source of the sound, but then chooses to close his eyes again. Although he hasn't fully fallen asleep, his eyes feel very heavy now. Meanwhile, Yin starts arranging V's clothes in his wardrobe. Once again, JK, who has been standing near the door, leaning against the wall with his hands in his pockets, looks very irritated. He has been observing all of Yin's movements. How close are their relationships actually? And for some reason, at this moment, JK truly feels threatened by V's presence in Yin's life. He shifts his gaze towards V, who is now closing his eyes. But he's certain that V hasn't fallen asleep yet. A few minutes later, Yin has finished organizing all of V's clothes in the wardrobe. V, I'm going home now, and remember, don't go out late at night frequently. I cooked a lot of porridge. It's still enough for your dinner. Okay, thank you, Yin. V responds briefly opening his eyes and then closing them again. With that, Yin immediately walks out of V's bedroom and closes the door behind her. Let's go home now. JK just nods and follows Yin out of V's apartment. Before that, she makes sure to reopen the door from the outside, and it's automatically locked. Okay, saved. The two of them head straight to the elevator to go down. I can't believe it. It seems like you and him are very close. Yes, we're very close. Didn't I explain it to you? Now there is no more conversation between the two of them. The atmosphere in the elevator is just silent. There's still time, isn't there? We can still go to the cinema? Yin looks at the watch on her wrist. It seems there is indeed time. Alright then, let's go watch it now. Finally, they get into their respective cars and head to the nearest cinema. Now, inside the building, ready to watch, they've chosen one of the trending superhero movies that has just been released. During the movie, JK attempts to hold Yin's hand. He has been yearning for it since yesterday. They haven't held hands since they met. Yin just smiles and allows her hand to be in his grip. Both of them continue to enjoy the movie. Eventually, time flies, and the 3-hour movie is over. Now, it's dinner time. Before leaving the cinema building, Yin, it's already night. How about we have dinner together? Okay, let's do that then. The two of them are enjoying dinner, with warm conversation accompanying them. Actually, there's a bit of curiosity in JK's heart regarding V. How close is Yin to that guy? Their closeness seems more than just friends. Honestly, there's a sense of concern in JK's heart, based on his experiences, fearing that there might be something more than friendship between Yin and V. Even though earlier in front of V, Yin introduced him as his boyfriend, there's still a feeling where JK feels threatened in this relationship. They haven't met for years, and surely many things have happened. Finally, hesitantly, JK asks, Yin, how close are you to V? How should I put it? Well, we're very close. If that's the case, there might be a possibility that one of you actually has feelings, right? What do you mean by feelings? Like Irene having a crush on you? Yes, something like that. Maybe you don't have feelings for him, but he might have stronger feelings for you. In our relationship, there's no one with such feelings, so you can relax. JK falls silent, even though Yin said that. Why does he still feel doubtful? From what he saw earlier, JK doubts that V doesn't have stronger feelings for Yin. Honestly, JK doesn't want any more obstacles in their relationship. He's had enough dealing with Irene, and now he has to deal with V? Well, now it seems like there's nothing JK can do except observe the situation ahead. He doesn't want to act hastily. As the night grows later, they both finally head home to their respective houses. A few days later, one afternoon, JK's doorbell rings, and his mother goes to the door to see who has come. It turns out to be Irene's mother. JK's mother immediately asks without inviting her in. What's up, Haeun? Well, I'm planning to go out of town tomorrow. Can Irene stay with you? I'm sorry, Haeun, but it seems like you can't do that anymore. What's going on, Hannah? I think it's not appropriate anymore. Our children are grown up now, and they have their own affairs. JK already has a girlfriend, so if we accept another girl here, it doesn't seem right. JK has a girlfriend? Yes, that's correct. I hope you understand. And JK's girlfriend is actually their schoolmate, meaning Irene surely knows the girl. I don't want any misunderstandings to arise. The two elderly women are still standing at the front door. Coincidentally, JK's car is entering the house's driveway. From inside the car, JK can see his mother talking to someone. With a heavy sigh, JK gets out of his car and walks towards the house. There's not a hint of a smile on his lips at the moment. Here he is, my son. If you don't believe it, feel free to ask him. JK looks a bit puzzled because of his mother's sudden remark. JK, is it true that you already have a girlfriend? Yes, Aunt. What's the matter? Your mother mentioned that your girlfriend is a former schoolmate. Is that true? If so, she must know Irene too. I'm planning to leave Irene with you all because I'll be out of town tomorrow. I thought it shouldn't be a problem since you guys are accompanying each other, right? Your girlfriend must also know Irene. JK just rolls his eyes, truly feeling annoyed. He wants to be angry and scream, but he still respects that the person in front of him is older. I'm sorry, Aunt, but I can't. Besides, my relationship with Irene is not like it used to be. Many things happen between us. Perhaps you're not aware of it, Aunt. But let me tell you, so there's no misunderstanding here. Aunt, Irene has disrupted my relationship and my previous girlfriend, and now we are back together. So because of that, I can't be friends with Irene anymore, or my relationship with my girlfriend will be jeopardized again. So I apologize, Aunt, for your understanding. Oh, is that so? I'm sorry if that's the case. And also, Aunt, I request you, I don't know if Irene has changed or remains the same, but please convey to her, stop hurting Yin. She is my girlfriend. Because, Aunt, you should know, Irene once slapped her in the past, and just 2 weeks ago, when we attended a skills training program at a hotel, Irene slapped Yin again. And I apologize, Aunt, I also slapped Irene at that time because I had to protect Yin. I'm telling you this before bigger problems arise if Irene continues to hurt Yin. Please understand once again. JK bows slightly as a sign of respect, and immediately enters his house without looking back. JK's mother smiles faintly as she watches her son head inside their home. Meanwhile, Irene's mother, her face stiff, is struggling to contain embarrassment. She can't say anything more. Irene's mother honestly knew that her daughter, Irene, had a crush on JK, but she never expected Irene to go to such lengths against someone else. Yes, she was aware that her daughter's emotions often exploded at home, much like her ex-husband. Still, she never anticipated Irene acting that way outside their home. It seems everything is clear now, right? So, Haeun, I hope you can understand. Oh, yes, okay, Hannah. I apologize for my daughter's behavior. I'll take my leave now. The woman promptly left their neighbor's house. It seems this will be the last time for her to set foot in this family's home. Notice that several days have passed, and today is Saturday. JK has just finished showering. He remembers Yin and decides to grab his phone, finding her name and dialing her number. Yes. JK? Yin. What are you up to? Am I disturbing you? Not at all. I just finished dinner. What's up? How about tomorrow? Stop. Let me guess. You must be inviting me to go out? Did you guess it? Is it true what I said? Yes. I want to take you out tomorrow. Are you busy? I'm not busy. All right. We'll go out tomorrow. They both fall silent for a few seconds. Then, Yin, how have you been? I'm doing fine. Aren't we exchanging messages almost every day? This time, I want to hear it directly from you. I'm doing well, even though there's always piled up office work, but it seems I'm okay. How about you? I'm doing fine too. Well, despite having a lot of work to finish. Where are we going tomorrow? I want you to accompany me to buy a new suit. It seems I also need new shoes for work. Can you accompany me for shopping tomorrow? Oh, all right, I'll accompany you. Before that, as usual, let's have lunch together first, okay? All right. Shall I pick you up tomorrow? No need. Let's meet at the destination to save time. All right then, I'll turn it off now, okay? Okay. Next day. As planned, JK and Yin were having lunch together before deciding to go shopping for what JK needed. Warm and lively conversations accompanied their lunch, with a constant smile on JK's face as well as on Yin's. Occasionally, they held hands, and at times, JK would gently stroke Yin's hair. Anyone who saw them would surely assume they were a happy couple in love. Until Yin's phone, placed on the table, vibrated. Both Yin and JK looked at Yin's phone screen, revealing the name V. JK immediately snorted in displeasure, while Yin was about to reach for her phone. But suddenly, can't you just avoid dealing with other guys when you're with me? I'll just take the call quickly. Who knows if it's an emergency like yesterday, okay? JK let out a heavy sigh. His mood was truly ruined. What's going on again this time? And Yin couldn't even ignore the call from that guy. Yin picked up her phone and answered it. What's up, V? V seemed to be speaking from the other side. I'm currently with JK, planning to go shopping for some things he needs. Is there something wrong? Yin appeared silent as she listened to V, talking to her. Meanwhile, JK's heart was really heating up, poking his tongue inside his cheek, regulating his breath, trying to stay patient in front of Yin. Now Yin appears to be silent, listening to what V is saying on the other side. Suddenly, really? Oh, I'm so happy. I'll pick it up at your apartment later. JK just continues to gaze at Yin, raising both eyebrows. All right, okay. Then the call is disconnected. What's going on? Why are you so happy? His mom just sent the important stuff left in Boston, and it turns out my bracelet is there too. I think I lost that bracelet because I've searched everywhere, and it turns out I left it at his house when I visited. So, are you planning to go to his apartment again? Yes. I want to retrieve my bracelet. Would you like to come along? After all, it's better for you two to be friendly than hostile. JK raises an eyebrow, completely puzzled by what Yin just said. Why didn't you act friendly with Irene back then? Weren't you also jealous? Yin immediately covers JK's mouth, gesturing for him to be quiet. She then gently strokes his annoyed cheek. Shh, don't compare Irene and V. They are very different, like night and day. V and I have no romantic feelings for each other, believe me. But why are you so close to him, even after we got back together? Yin, please. I can't stand seeing you that close to him. Yin widens her eyes, currently sitting in front of JK. She intentionally sits facing him, wanting easy eye contact as they share their stories. However, it seems eye contact isn't what they need right now. Yin stands up from her seat and moves to the chair next to JK. She gently strokes JK's arm for a moment. Don't overthink it. Right now, I'm yours, not V's. Come on, let's continue eating. Yin pulls her plate, which is positioned somewhat far from her, closer. Then, she resumes eating, spooning the food into her mouth while still caressing JK's arm. JK closes his eyes. He still hasn't resumed eating. Yin gently shakes JK's arm for a moment until he opens his eyes and looks in her direction. Yin signals to encourage JK to continue eating. JK sighs heavily. His appetite is completely gone. Why does this man named V always have to disturb their dates? Yin finally touches the spoon in front of JK, fills it with food, and then guides it toward JK's mouth. JK, observing this, immediately turns his head to the side, looking at Yin, who is smiling sweetly at him. Finally, JK smiles, he opens his mouth, and the spoon enters. While chewing the food in his mouth, he then touches Yin's hand and takes back the spoon. If you still don't want to eat, let me feed you until your food is finished. JK laughs softly while gently caressing Yin's head, who is now sitting very close to him. Finally, they continue eating until their food is finished. JK and Yin stroll around the mall, searching for JK's needs, a suit and work shoes. They walk hand in hand. After a while, they manage to find everything JK requires. Is there anything you want to buy while we're here? Nothing, I don't feel like buying anything. JK, now it's time to go to V's apartment. I want to get my bracelet. Alright, let's go then. Finally, they exit the mall and proceed to V's apartment. Now they have arrived. Yin and JK park their cars side by side. Continuously, JK observes Yin. While previously Yin arrived with a very worried face, this time she looks cheerful and enthusiastic. Meanwhile, JK actually feels really fed up with coming to this place again. He comes only to accompany Yin. He could have refused Yin's invitation and not come here. However, allowing Yin to come here with V while he knows about it feels really unwilling for him. That's why, reluctantly, he still agreed to accompany Yin to come here. Unnoticed, now both of them have arrived on the 15th floor, right outside V's apartment door. As usual, Yin immediately pressed the passcode button, and the door could be opened. Yin and JK entered, walking straight to the sofa, and it turns out V was sitting at the dining table eating alone. V? Oh, Yin, you've arrived. Where's my bracelet? It's on the table. Yin and V continued their walk and sat on the sofa. On the table, there was a medium-sized box with shreds of plastic around it. That was the box sent by V's mother from Boston. Yin immediately opened the box, finding 3 items inside. 2 luxury men's watches, which were the watches V used to wear frequently. The other item was none other than Yin's bracelet. Yin's bracelet was wrapped in a small plastic bag. With a cheerful face, she immediately opened the small plastic and took out her beloved bracelet. She kissed the bracelet. Oh, my love, I missed you so much. Don't ever go missing from me again, okay? JK, seeing Yin's adorable behavior, just smiled while shaking his head. Meanwhile, Yin shifted her gaze to the 2 watches belonging to V. Did you ask your mom to send this? Yeah, I forgot to bring it with me. Instead of buying another one here, especially since there's no one else wearing it, I wanted to have it sent. V answered Yin's question from the dining table. He was still eating, as he hadn't finished yet. Meanwhile, Yin extended her wrist towards JK, asking him to clasp the bracelet's clasp. She wanted to wear it right away, and JK promptly helped her. Where did your mom find my bracelet, V? Under the guest room bed. It seems you dropped it there when you visited and stayed at our house. V's response once again furrows JK's brows. Oh, seriously, the longer he stays in this apartment, the more infuriating it becomes. When will you visit our house? My mom asked about you. Well, next time. Lately, I've been quite busy. Alright. Yin gives a nonchalant response. Meanwhile, JK, seated next to her, looks increasingly irritated. Yin glances briefly at JK, aware of his frustration. Okay, I'll head home now, V. Now, why so soon? I just came to pick up this. Alright then. With that, Yin and JK stand up and head toward the door. V, I'm heading home. Sure, take care on the way. Yin and JK exit V's apartment, once outside. After descending and reaching outside the building, the 2 of them face each other. Where should we go now? Back home? Today feels like it went by so fast. I don't want to part with you so soon. How about you come to my place? We can have dinner together at my house. I also want to introduce you to my mom. Until now, I've only mentioned your name. I invited you to my house in the past, but you never agreed. Yin seems to ponder for a moment, but eventually smiles and nods. Alright then, you lead the way, and I'll follow behind. Alright. JK tousles Yin's hair briefly before they both enter their respective cars. As the day transitions into evening, after a while on the road, they finally arrive. JK steps out of his car, as does Yin. JK approaches Yin and takes her hand, leading her towards the slightly open door. Apparently, JK's mom and dad are sitting on the sofa. JK opens the front door widely, and their parents' gazes immediately turn toward them. Oh, JK, you're home. Yes, Mom. The gaze of JK's elderly parents now shifts to Yin, and they smile, looking at her. Mom, Dad, this is Yin. JK says while inviting Yin inside. Yin bows respectfully to JK's parents. JK's parents nod and gesture for Yin to take a seat. JK takes a seat and gestures for Yin to sit beside him. So, did you get the things you wanted to buy, JK? Yes, Mom, I found items that suit my style. That's good to hear. Shortly after, a maid arrives with drinks for Yin and JK. Please enjoy the drinks, Yin. Eventually, the four of them engage in conversation and time FLIs, leading to dinner. It's time for dinner. Let's go to the dining table. They all rise and head to the dining table. Delicious dishes are served on the dining table. The four of them finally enjoy their meal amidst light and warm conversation. It's evident that JK's parents warmly accept Yin's presence in their home. On Yin's part, she doesn't speak much. She presents herself as she is, occasionally responding to JK's parents' questions, but not engaging in lengthy discussions. Unnoticed, it had been around 2 hours since Yin visited JK's house, and it was time for her to go home. Since Yin brought her own car, JK and his mother only escorted her to the front porch. After Yin's car left their driveway, they finally went back inside the house and locked the door from within. Still around JK's neighborhood, unbeknownst to Yin, her car passed by a girl riding a scooter. Yin's attention was focused on the road, but the girl recognized her. It was Irene. Irene could guess that Yin must have just come from JK's house. Suddenly, a warm surge of emotions returned to her. She remembered her mother's words a few days ago, saying that JK and his family no longer wanted to accept Irene into their home. Yet now, Yin had just returned from their house. Irene's emotions flared up again, and silently, she followed Yin's car from behind. As Yin's car enters the parking lot of Mini Market, it's not far from JK and Irene's residential complex. Not long after that, Yin stepped out of her car, entered the Mini Market, and it turns out she only wanted to buy chocolate. After paying for her chocolate, she exited the Mini Market to return to her car. However, just before reaching her car door, suddenly, her hair was pulled, startling Yin. She saw Irene behind her. Shortly after, Irene almost delivered a strong slap to Yin's face, but Yin managed to stop it with her hand. Irene attempted to slap her again with her other hand, but once again, Yin prevented the movement with her other hand. Irene's actions were completely restrained. Irene looked visibly angry. How dare you manipulate JK to speak ill of me, even to my own mother? Now even his family doesn't want to accept me. It's all because you barged into JK's life, you jerk. I don't know what's so great about you until JK is crazy about you. People around began to gather, and Yin was genuinely fed up with dealing with this crazy girl again. It seemed like she would never be satisfied without a lesson, and she would continue causing trouble. Still holding Irene's two hands, Yin started to realize the area around them was getting crowded. She also noticed the presence of CCTV. Oh really? So this time, you've truly lost? Are you still wondering what makes me so great? Oh, come on. Don't provoke me to boast in front of you, because you'll be embarrassed later. Can't you see the difference in our lives? Do I need to clarify your situation and mine now? Suddenly, Yin released Irene's hands, and Irene immediately took the opportunity to slap Yin. This time, Yin didn't retaliate, which made Irene more daring to slap her again. Irene remained silent without any response, slapping her cheek again. Irene slapped her 3 times, but Yin stayed silent, not retaliating. Finally, the people gathering around started to intervene, holding Irene back to prevent her from attacking Yin further. Yin stared coldly at Irene without expression. Ironically, Yin's cold gaze only fueled Irene's exploding emotions. Why don't you retaliate, huh? Are you only brave when JK is around? Are you scared when you're alone like this? Irene continued to scream and struggle, but people kept restraining and holding her, making Irene look more and more like a crazy person in Yin's eyes. How dare you incite his mother until she refuses to accept me into her house? You're truly a jinx in my life, Yin. Everything was fine before you came. Now everything is a mess. Why are you just standing there? Can't you respond to my words, huh? Because you're truly guilty. And true to Yin's suspicion, among the gathered crowd, someone must have called the police. Of course, given the disturbance they created in a crowded place. Before long, a police patrol car stopped nearby, and everyone in the crowd quickly made way for the 2 police officers who arrived. The officers promptly arrested both Yin and Irene. Irene continued to resist, while Yin remained calm. At that moment, Yin's lips curled into a silent grin directed at Irene, conveying a message without words. Fool. With that, both of their hands were handcuffed, and they were forcibly placed into the police car. They were taken to the nearest police station. They both sit in the police station. In front of them, there's a police officer interrogating the 2. They both appear to be defending themselves, with neither willing to accept blame. He provoked my emotions first. He has attacked me several times, even before tonight's incident. So, since we're here, I'll go ahead and file a report for assault. Hearing this, Irene looks surprised, while Yin remains calm. When we arrived, this girl was apprehended by the residents for acting brutally and attacking. One of the patrolling officers points towards Irene. There must be CCTV footage there, right? Yes. There are 3 points. Alright, miss, please go to that table to provide further details for the report. Yin immediately gets up from her seat and moves to another table as directed by the police to file a report for assault. Is there any family member we can contact to accompany you? I'll call my mom. Alright, go ahead and make the call. 30 minutes later. Miss Irene, you have officially been charged by Miss Yin for the assault you committed against her. We also reviewed the CCTV footage, confirming that you indeed assaulted her by pulling her hair and slapping her 3 times. This is the preliminary report for your case. If this cannot be resolved, the case will proceed to the next stage. You will be temporarily detained until this case is resolved. My suggestion is to settle this case amicably with Miss Yin. What? Are you serious? Alright then. Can I go home now, sir? Certainly. Yin, wait. What's up? Why are you suing me? What's the truth, huh? The complaint has been filed, and you'll be detained if there's no agreement in this initial stage. They've reviewed the CCTV footage, and there are plenty of witnesses. Are you still trying to act tough in front of me? Irene fell silent. Honestly, there was a sense of fear within her at this moment. The situation had truly cornered her, and this wasn't just a simple matter, it involved the police. It felt like her head was about to explode. Suddenly, Yin's phone rang, and it was JK calling. In front of Irene, Yin answered the call. Yes, JK? Am I disturbing you? Have you reached home? Not yet. I haven't reached home. Right now, I'm at the police station. What? The police station? What happened, Yin? What's going on? Earlier, when I was heading home, I encountered Irene. She pulled my hair and slapped me 3 times, causing a commotion that led to both of us getting detained. But what happened? I filed an initial complaint against Irene for attacking me, so she'll be detained. That crazy girl really crossed the line. Yin, I'm coming there right now. Okay. After ending the call, Yin turned to Irene with an icy stare. Not long after, Irene's mother arrived at the police station. She went straight to her daughter and delivered a harsh slap to Irene's cheek. Can't you stop causing trouble, Irene? How did you end up in a police station like this? What have you done? Don't make my life more complicated. Irene merely bowed her head, accepting the slap from her mother. Her mother then approached the police and inquired about the situation, receiving a detailed explanation. Once again, Irene's mother appeared frustrated. She hesitantly walked over to Yin and awkwardly took a seat beside her. With unease, Irene's mother began to speak. You're the one called Yin, right? I apologize on behalf of my daughter. Irene, hearing her mother's words, could only close her eyes and clench her fists. I sincerely apologize for my daughter's behavior. Can't you withdraw your complaint? You used to go to the same school, after all. I'm sorry, Annie, but I think there's a misunderstanding here. Just because we went to the same school doesn't mean we were friends. In fact, she slapped me in the past. Also, shouldn't it be your daughter who apologizes? Because my issue is not with you, Annie, but with her. Suddenly, JK entered the police station, scanning the room until he approached Yin. JK checked on Yin, and indeed, her cheeks showed bruises, with a slight trace of blood at the corner of her lips. JK sighed in frustration. His gaze then shifted to Irene's mother, who was seated next to Yin. Auntie, didn't I warn you a few days ago? He then shifted his gaze, now filled with disdain, toward Irene. I cautioned you back then not to hurt Yin again. Yet, here you are, still causing her harm. Shouldn't you be in jail to learn your lesson? JK, please. Don't be like this. We're neighbors after all. Yes, she's causing trouble now, but don't you remember that you'd had getting along since childhood? Don't you feel any pity for her? I'm sorry, Annie, but you need to understand. It's me who's pressing charges against your daughter, not JK. Maybe JK has been friends with your daughter since childhood, but the issue is, she's not my friend. I didn't befriend her since childhood. You should be persuading Yin, not me. You're not the one who should apologize to me, Andy. It's your daughter. Irene, did you hear that? Apologize to her right now. Irene remained silent. Was she really unwilling to apologize to Yin? Seriously? Irene, can't you speed up this matter? Do you want to stay detained, huh? Don't add to my troubles, hurry. Finally, while still seated, Irene spoke very softly, almost inaudibly. I'm sorry. What? I didn't hear. Did you say something? Irene eventually rolled her eyes and raised her voice a bit. I apologize, Yin. Did you hear that now? I'm sorry. Seeing Irene's defiant gesture only intensified Yin's disgust toward the insane girl in front of her. That's not how you properly apologize, Irene. What more do you want from me, huh? JK and Yin were truly surprised by Irene's attitude, which clearly showed her defiance. This girl needed to be taught a lesson. That was what Yin had in mind right now. Alright then. If you want my forgiveness, kneel. Everyone hearing this was shocked, including JK, Irene's mother, and especially Irene herself. What? Don't joke around, Yin. Kneel, or I won't withdraw the complaint I filed. Let's just proceed to the next stage. JK closed his eyes tightly, exhaling heavily. His eyes shifted to Irene, who appeared surprised, but eventually remained silent. Quietly, JK's lips displayed a small smirk. Alright, it seems she's reluctant. Yin, let's go home then. Yin nodded and prepared to get up from her seat. Wait. Is this how you treat people? When someone apologizes, you seize the opportunity to trample on her dignity. Wow, you're playing victim card. Don't you realize you're too cruel to me? And who told you I'm a good girl? You've picked the wrong opponent. Do you forget what you've done to me? How many times have you slapped me? How many times have you humiliated me? And how many times in the past have you ruined my plans with JK? How much of his time have you taken away so he no longer has time for me? Do you think I can forgive you so easily, just with a sorry, Yin? How many times did you threaten me in the past? Honestly, I want to torment you right now, you know? I want to slap you, kick you, pull your hair. But the problem is, I know our country follows the rule of law, and I'm not as foolish as you, attacking others without considering the consequences. JK was shocked to hear everything Yin expressed. Never before had he seen Yin this angry, pouring out everything in her heart. Once again, JK felt a blow to his heart, a pinch in his chest. He knew that Yin's heart was still hurting. He immediately embraced her. Yin, forgive me. Yin didn't respond, just stayed silent, and she didn't return JK's hug. Eventually, JK slowly released his embrace. You've ruined my life. Your life was already ruined, and it's not my fault. You're just jealous of my seemingly perfect life, and that's not my problem. I have no obligation to please you, understand? Irene closed her eyes. Yin's words felt painful, but she couldn't respond anymore. Truth be told, she had run out of words to express. Now apologize sincerely, Irene. Your mistake isn't just about attacking her tonight. Your mistake is using her as an outlet for your emotions all this time. Apologize now, ask her to withdraw the charges so we can go home quickly. We need rest for the night shift tomorrow. Shorten it, Irene. Irene looked towards Yin, who had been glaring at her the entire time. She also shifted her gaze towards JK, noticing that there was no hint of pity in his eyes. Instead, there was only anger and resentment. Finally, she walked towards Yin, who was sitting. Closing her eyes, she began to kneel. Her mother averted her gaze, feeling a pang of discomfort seeing her daughter like this. JK, too, shifted his gaze, choosing to look at Yin. He observed Yin, whose lips didn't curve into even the slightest smile. Her face was truly impassive and cold, staring straight at Irene, who was kneeling. Then, Yin took out her phone and captured Irene kneeling before her. She took 5 photos and then put her phone away. I want you to swear that you won't disrupt my life again, including bothering JK, that is, if he still wants to be with me after this. Yin, why are you saying that? Shh, let's talk about it later. Come on, say it, swear that you won't disturb my life. And Yin took back her phone, this time pressing the video button. I swear I won't disturb your life. And also JK's life, as long as JK is still with me, say it. And I won't disturb JK's life as long as he's with you. Say, and if I break my oath, then I'm willing to go to jail. And if I break my oath, then I'm willing to go to jail. Alright? You can get up now. If you break your promise, you'll go to jail. Remember that, Irene. Yin immediately stood up and approached one of the police desks. She seemed to explain something and sign something. Then she shook hands with the police officer there, bowed, and walked back. I've withdrawn my complaint. Let's go home, JK. JK finally stood up, nodded, and tightly held Yin's hand. The two of them walked out of the police station. Yin, where is your car? In front of the convenience store, near the shops, still close to your house. Alright then, let's get into my car. The two of them finally got into JK's car. Yin, what did you mean by your words earlier? Explain it to me. Do you have plans to break up with me? I don't know if we'll separate or not after this. It all depends on you. It might even be you who decides to end our relationship. Why are you thinking like that? I don't want to break up with you, Yin. Is that true? Aren't you feeling sorry for Irene? Honestly, I do feel sorry for her, but I feel even more sorry for you. She is like that because of her own mistakes, while you are in this situation because of her wrongdoing. But I know, Yin, I'm getting to know you more. You can be ruthless to those who have hurt you. So, as long as people are good to you, you'll be good to them. I think that's understandable. There's nothing wrong with it. Yin remains silent, her gaze fixed straight ahead. Finally, they have arrived. They can see Yin's car parked there. JK pulls over to the side of the road, shifting his gaze towards Yin. His hand gently caresses her head. Alright, be careful on the road. Let me know when you reach home, okay? Yin just smiles and nods. JK's hand continues to gently stroke Yin's head. He leans in, pulling Yin's face closer and kisses her forehead. Yin, I love you. I love you too. JK embraces Yin tightly, kissing her head. Despite meeting almost every week, JK still feels like they don't have enough time together if it's only once a week. After a few moments of embracing, JK finally releases the hug. Alright, don't forget to let me know when you've reached home. Okay. With that, Yin exits JK's car and heads towards her own. 5 months have passed. JK and Yin's relationship has been proceeding as usual. They meet every week, and there are no arguments between them. Irene hasn't disturbed them at all. But the issue lies with V. The relationship between Yin and V remains intact, causing frustration for JK. Despite Yin's explanations that they have no romantic involvement, they still appear very close. JK has tried to overcome his jealousy, reminding himself of Yin's care, attention, and comfort during moments of jealousy. However, he still wishes that Yin wouldn't be so familiar with V. Even though Yin and V may not be physically close, the attention Yin gives to V is significant. It seems like there's a bond that cannot be severed. What actually happened in their past? JK wants to find out, but there's a fear of knowing the truth. Honestly, he's been quite stressed thinking about it lately. Is Yin intentionally punishing him like this because he made her jealous for a year in the past? Will she make him feel jealous for a year as well? JK knows Yin is vengeful. Perhaps all this time, Yin still harbors resentment towards him and hasn't forgiven him yet. And what if that's the case? After a year, will Yin finally decide to end it, break up with him after satisfied with seeing him jealous? If after a year, Yin does forgive him, that's good. But what if suddenly Yin decides to break up with him? JK is really stressed thinking about all of this. Today is Saturday. Usually after work, JK heads straight home to rest, but not today. He's quite stressed. He hasn't had a drink in a long time, and now here he is, sitting alone, and a bit drunk. This time, his emotions are truly unstable. He feels like getting angry, but who should he be angry with? Yin? He loves Yin, and he knows all this time Yin has been punishing him. Should he get angry? No. He has to accept Yin's punishment, because in the past, he was the one at fault. But no matter what, his heart can't take it. For the past 5 months, he has been burning with jealousy. JK really hates that guy, but on second thought, he wants to confront that guy. Still, if he does that, it will be a problem if Yin finds out. Is this how Yin felt back then? His head is getting more dizzy, but suddenly, he feels a tap on his shoulder. JK turns to the side, his eyes widening. Hey, why are you alone here? JK clenches his fists. Why does this guy always irritate him? Should I just punch him right now? Don't bother me. Instead of leaving, V sits next to JK. He orders a drink and shows no intention of leaving. JK becomes more irritated. Why do you look stressed? Is there a problem with Yin? Oh, by the way, you've been very cold to me. It's like you're my enemy. Can you stop pretending in front of me? Honestly, I'm sick of seeing you. Seriously? All this time you've never invited me to talk, but when you speak, it's only to badmouth me? You're the source of problems in our relationship. Do you know that? Why is that? Because we're close? What's your real relationship with her? Were you her ex in Boston? Did she say something like that? Not really. I'm just guessing. I didn't expect your relationship to be quite strange, and I don't know what really happened between you two. But it's better if I don't answer that question. Ask her yourself. She told me that you two are indeed very close, more than just friends. Well, that's true. We're very close, more than just friends. But there are no romantic feelings between you two. She was also quite certain that you don't like her that way. Of course. Do you really think I like her? In that case, you should stay away from her. Don't bother Yin anymore. In that case, I can't do that. JK was truly enraged. He immediately grabbed V by the collar. Hey, don't act like this with me, or you'll regret it. Yin might get angry. JK instantly released his grip. Our relationship is closer than just friends. Although we're not dating, our connection will never break. So, make peace with it. V patted JK on the shoulder a few times before returning to his colleagues in a corner of the room. Damn, he said he won't stay away from Yin. He told me to make peace with it. Seriously. JK was increasingly stressed by V. He drank a lot tonight, and his mind was truly messed up. Eventually, he got heavily drunk, his head feeling weighty. He ended up dozing off at the bartender's table. V, monitoring from a distance, sighed in frustration. Finally, he approached JK again, sitting beside him. He took out his phone and made a call. What's up, V? Can you come to Club M2? JK is heavily drunk. What? Why are you both there? He came alone. I came with my colleagues. We coincidentally met. Was he with a woman there before? If so, I won't come. No, he's alone here. Are you sure? Yeah, he's alone. I've been watching him since earlier. It seems like he's stressed thinking about you. What? Why is that? He misunderstood our relationship. Why didn't you tell him the truth? I just wasn't open about it. It doesn't mean I'm lying to him. Well, come here quickly then. Handle your boyfriend now. Fine, but please watch over him there, and no woman should touch him. Understand? Yeah, princess. 30 minutes later. Yin arrived at the nightclub in a hurry and went straight to the bartender. There, she saw JK unconscious, with V playing around with his phone beside him. So, what now, V? Just take him home. Seriously, how do I face his parents? Let's bring him to your apartment. I can't. He currently hates me. If he wakes up in my apartment, things will get worse. It's better if you accompany him to stay at a hotel nearby. Seriously? Why not? Isn't he your boyfriend? It's the only way. V immediately helped Yin support JK's body, guiding him out of the club towards Yin's car. Then, he headed to his own car, and they drove side by side, searching for a hotel nearby. 30 minutes later. JK is now lying on the hotel bed. Ugh, such a hassle. He can't handle alcohol but still dares to come to the nightclub alone. What if he passed out alone? Does that mean his car is still there? Well, yeah, we'll deal with the car tomorrow morning. Alright, if that's the case. Okay, I'm heading back then. Sure, take care. With that, V bid farewell and left the hotel room. Yin closed the door and locked it from the inside. She gazed at JK's sleeping face, still in his work clothes, but without the suit and tie, which he must have removed in the car. Yin's eyes shifted to JK's feet. He was still wearing his shoes. Yin decided to take off his shoes and socks. Now, Yin carefully examined JK, looking from head to toe. Once again, her eyes focused on JK's waist. He was wearing a leather belt. With hesitation, she attempted to loosen the belt, checking if it was fastened too tightly. Indeed, it was. Yin knew that sleeping with a tightly fastened belt was not ideal. She wanted to undo or at least loosen it a bit, but hesitated. Eventually, she decided to give it a try. Slowly, she reached for the belt buckle, and it finally came undone. Yin only needed to pull it slightly to loosen it, but it felt rigid. She pulled a bit harder, causing JK to stir and slowly open his eyes. Yin jerked her hand back, startled. JK's eyes were slightly open, looking in Yin's direction. Ah, baby, you're here? JK immediately pulled Yin's hand strongly, causing Yin to tumble onto his body. Without hesitation, JK passionately kissed Yin's lips. Yin was surprised. She struggled, trying to free herself, but JK held her even tighter, one hand on her waist, the other restraining her neck. A few minutes later, JK shifted his position. This time, Yin was beneath him. JK pinned her down and resumed kissing Yin while she continued to resist, her hands attempting to push JK's body off hers. JK finally restrained both of Yin's hands beside her head, and he continued kissing her intensely. Yin kept struggling. She didn't want this. JK was intoxicated, and he was doing it without full awareness. Should I just kick him away? Yin briefly considered, but the person in front of her was JK, not another man. If another man had done this, she would have kicked, used her legs or knees, and she might have bitten the person's lip hard. And she wouldn't have cared if the person felt pain or got injured. But the one doing it now was JK. She could only resist without hurting him. She couldn't bring herself to harm him. Yin felt increasingly confused about what she should do to stop him. But gradually, Yin felt moisture around her eyes. Yin stopped resisting. She was curious. The longer it took, the wetter it became. Is JK crying? Yin fell silent, observing JK above her, who closed his eyes while continuously kissing her without stopping. Indeed, the tears were flowing from JK. Sensing Yin no longer resisting, JK also couldn't hold back from holding Yin's hand. While still kissing her, their hands gently intertwined. Yin felt truly puzzled by the current situation. Finally, Yin slowly pulled her hand from the link with JK, gently pushing JK's body away. However, it seemed like JK was reluctant to move away. Finally, her hands cupped his head slowly until their lips were separated, although still at a close. JK eventually opened his eyes, wet with tears since earlier. She gently stroked his head. Hey, why are you crying? JK didn't answer, but his tears continued to fall onto Yin's cheeks. JK cried even more, but his tears were silent. Finally, Yin's hands moved to embrace JK's back, their bodies close together, and JK's face now nestled in Yin's neck. You're drunk now. We'll talk tomorrow when you've sobered up. Yin, I beg you. Don't leave me. You can punish me, but promise me that after that, you'll still be with me. Don't suddenly leave me afterward. Fine, I won't leave you again. This time, JK stopped talking. His breathing became regular again. Yin let out a heavy sigh. Finally, Yin slowly tilted his body. JK's body slowly lay on the bed. Yin observed JK's sleeping face, his nose red, and his eyes swollen. There were remnants of tears around his cheeks. Yin touched her neck, still wet from JK's tears. He stroked JK's head a few times, then kissed JK's forehead for quite a while. Yin continued to gaze at JK's sleeping face while gently caressing his forehead and hair. Who would want to leave you? I just gave you a little lesson so that you won't repeat it. As time passed, Yin yawned. She began to feel sleepy. Finally, she positioned herself to sleep. The next morning, Yin sat on the edge of the bed, leaning against the headboard. She was fiddling with her phone, occasionally sipping the hot chocolate placed on the nightstand. Beside her, JK still had his eyes closed. A few minutes later, JK's eyes slowly opened. He saw Yin sitting next to him, sipping hot chocolate. He tried to sit up and joined her at the head of the bed. Yin, could I have some of that hot chocolate? JK asked, extending his hand towards the mug, ready to receive it. Oh, you want some? Yin promptly handed over the mug filled with hot chocolate. JK accepted it and took a sip, then returned the mug to Yin, placing it back on the nightstand. Yin, I'm sorry about last night. You were drunk, so I can understand. But I remember everything. You do? Yes, I remember everything, including your promise not to leave me again. Yin just smiled while taking another sip of her hot chocolate. So, explain now, who is V? He's my cousin. Our grandmother only has 2 children. My mother is the first child, and his father is the second. My parents desired a son, and his parents wished for a daughter, and we both are only children. Can you imagine that? Besides, he already has a girlfriend. Currently, she's still in Boston. She was my best friend in Boston, and I helped their relationship until they officially became a couple. So, are you still jealous of him? If I had known that, I wouldn't have been jealous. So, is my punishment over then? Do you feel like I'm punishing you? Yes, I feel that way. Does that mean you know why you're being punished? Yes, I know. Well then, alright. Baby, let's get married. Why all of a sudden? Honestly, meeting just once a week feels too difficult for me. I want us to be together every day, even if we're both working. If we're married, we'll always be together every night. Alright, let's get married then. Baby, let's get married. Why all of a sudden? Honestly, meeting just once a week feels too difficult for me. I want us to be together every day, even if we're both working. If we're married, we'll always be together every night. Alright, let's get married then. I'm happy now. It feels like I'm dreaming, even though I've been quite stressed for the past few days. Are you stressed thinking about V? That's one of the reasons, but I'm more stressed thinking about our relationship. What are you thinking? I'm afraid that after you've satisfied punishing me, making me jealous, you might end up breaking up with me. At first, I thought about that too, but over time, I could assess your attitudes and actions. So, you don't need to. Suddenly, Yin's phone rings, a video call from Lisa, her best friend in Boston. Hold on, I'll answer this first. Yin promptly accepts the video call from her best friend. What's up, Lisa? Hey, are you awake? Did I disturb you? No, how are you? I'm good, Yin. I really miss you. Really? Did you make a video call just to say that? There must be something else you want to ask, right? You know me so well. Of course. Why hasn't he answered my calls since last night? Do you know why? He went to the club with his office friends last night, got a bit drunk. Maybe he hasn't woken up yet this morning. Really? Is he causing you trouble there? Of course, very troublesome. Sometimes I wonder if he can take care of himself. Just scold him if he can't handle it. You know, since he's been here, he's been sick so many times, all because he goes to cafes late at night, even though there's plenty of coffee at his place, and I have to take care of him like a baby over and over again. Hey, no matter what, he's your beloved cousin. Be patient. That's your boyfriend for you. I can't wait to join him there, but my work isn't finished yet. Maybe next month, I'll be back in Seoul too. Well, you better hurry back so you can take care of your boyfriend. Besides, it's pitiful that he's always alone in his apartment. Can he take care of his apartment by himself? Do you hope so? He can't even organize his clothes. If I don't arrange them in his wardrobe, his laundry will stay in the plastic for days. Why don't you teach him to organize his clothes? I've tried, but he still prefers to leave his laundry in the plastic. Please be patient for 1 more month. After that, I'll take care of him myself. Alright, in that case, take care of yourself. Okay, my dear. The video call finally disconnects. V's girlfriend? Yes, that's V's girlfriend. It seems like she trusts you a lot to take care of V. Isn't she jealous? There's nothing to be jealous of between us. Besides, initially, it was V who pursued his love, and I helped V get closer to Lisa until they became a couple. Usually, a girl is more sensitive, especially when it comes to jealousy. Where did you get that theory? My office friends almost always argue with their girlfriends because of jealousy. But between V and me, those who already know won't be jealous. You won't be jealous either after knowing, right? Of course not. Yin just smiles while shaking her head. Baby, I miss you so much. JK cups Yin's face and gently kisses her. Yin responds by grabbing JK's kiss, wrapping her arms around his neck. It's been a long time since we've been like this, JK says, while continuing to kiss Yin's lips. You even rejected my kiss last night. That's because you were drunk. They continue chatting while still kissing. Now I'm not drunk, so don't reject me again. Well, am I rejecting you now? No. Why are you laughing? I feel silly. Why? Jealous of V. I didn't know he's your cousin. Why didn't you find out? I was afraid to face the reality that you too. What? Might have been in a relationship before. I'm giving you a chance because I haven't dated anyone else since we broke up. Why is that? I went abroad to study, not to date. But surely many liked you there. Of course, many liked me, but what's wrong? I don't like them. Why? Their dating style is unhealthy, and I don't like that. That's good then. Let's stop this kiss. Why? It's nicer to chat. That's because you haven't stopped talking. You're the one who initiated the conversation. Fine, quiet now. JK focuses on kissing Yin again. But suddenly, Yin gently pushes JK away. For now, I'd rather have breakfast. I'm hungry. Are you serious? Besides, if you want to have fun with me, marry me first. Yin, just a kiss, nothing more. You've had enough kissing last night. Now, let's go and have breakfast. I want to shower. My spare clothes are in the car. Your car is still there. Huh. You go shower first. I'll get your clothes from the car. It's not far from here. Yin gets ready to leave, while JK starts heading into the bathroom. 20 minutes later, Yin returns to the hotel with spare clothes for JK, taken from his car. She places a pair of pants, a casual shirt, and a clean pair of underwear on the bed. Then, she sits leaning against the head of the bed. Shortly after, JK comes out of the bathroom wearing only a towel wrapped around his waist. He sees Yin, who has already returned and is busy with her phone. Wow, baby, you're back already. That was quick. Well, it's not far from here. JK doesn't respond. Instead, he grabs a clean pair of underwear and puts them on without removing the towel around his waist. He then takes his pant and puts them on, finally removing the towel. Lastly, he puts on his shirt. Alright, let's go downstairs for breakfast. Yin shifts her gaze to JK, gets off the bed, approaches him, and notices his uncombed hair. Your hair is still messy. Let me fix it for you. Finally, Yin begins to tidy up JK's hair to make it neater. Their bodies are now quite close, their breaths intermingling. JK slightly lowers his head so that Yin can reach his hair. He observes Yin's face now quite close to his. His gaze shifts to her lips, and he can't resist any longer. He leans in and passionately kisses her lips. Yin is momentarily surprised. JK's hands are already embracing her back, pulling them closer. After a few moments, Yin still not responding to his kiss, he pauses. Baby, please don't reject me again. JK continues to kiss her without stopping. Eventually, Yin responds to his kiss, wrapping her arms around his neck. They share a very intense kiss. Suddenly, Yin's phone rings. They startle and lock eyes. Yin signals for JK to get off her. It turns out to be her mother calling. Yes, Mom, what's up? We're coming back today, Yin. The plane tickets are booked, and we'll arrive in Seoul tonight. Oh, okay, Mom. I'll pick you up at the airport. No need, dear. We'll just take a taxi. Are you sure, Mom? Yes, it's fine. I just wanted to inform you. Do you need anything? No, Mom. The most important thing is that my mom and dad arrived safely in Seoul. I'm already very happy. All right then. I'll hang up now. Okay, Mom. The call finally ends. Yin looks at JK with a smile, while JK appears frustrated. Let's go have breakfast. Finally, JK stands up, and the two of them leave the hotel room for breakfast. 1 week later. Today is Saturday. As usual, in the evening, JK always calls Yin to plan their meeting for the next day. Baby, what's our plan for tomorrow? Just come to my house tomorrow. We don't need to go anywhere. Besides, you haven't visited my house in a while. Alright then. Now JK has arrived at Yin's house. He is welcomed inside and sits on the sofa. Yin's parents are still upstairs and haven't come down yet. Suddenly, from the stairs, V is seen coming down. Oh, he's here too? Yes, he stayed over last night. As V reaches the bottom of the stairs, he goes straight to them, sitting on the sofa. The eyes of V and JK meet. This is their first encounter since the incident at the club. JK feels a bit awkward, but it's undeniable that his lips are trying to suppress a laugh. Last week, he told me to stay away from you, Yin. Hey, that was when I didn't know the truth. Oh, so now you know? Why didn't you tell him, Yin? It's fine, I was just teasing him. You two are really strange. Not long after, Yin's parents come down the stairs. Oh, you're all gathering here. It's been a while since you last came here. How have you been, JK? I'm good, Mrs. Park. You always address my parents like that. Is there no more casual way to call them? They all start chatting casually while enjoying snacks on the table. Suddenly, actually, I plan to propose to Yin soon. Are you sure, JK? Are you sure you can take care of my daughter? I won't accept it if my daughter gets hurt. We raised her with love. Can you provide that love for Yin? I promise not to hurt Yin. I will also take care of her and make her happy. What do you think, dear? I agree, Mom. Well then, let's discuss this with your parents too. 1 month has passed. Now, JK and Yin's wedding has taken place. JK looks handsome, and Yin looks beautiful. They invited all their friends and colleagues, but both agreed not to invite Irene, including her mother and family. The event went smoothly. Everyone seemed happy.